Yo, monthly update video, April 2024. It was an amazing month. I just came back from the Azores, 10 days. I'm recording this video a little bit later than usual because on the 1st was my flight back and then took a while to get regrounded. But here we are. So let's get started. I have my notes ready. This is also really cool for me because every time I do a monthly update video, I kind of reflect on the last month, go through my calendar, go through my journaling entries, and get a few points together. Okay, I'm just going to start here with the Azores. I went there with a group of people. Diara had planned to come, but then she decided to stay at home like a few days before. So there was 10 days that we spent apart, which I think was good because we spent a lot of time together. We have our business together. And beautiful nature, really, really beautiful. What also stood out to me, or what I observed, is that I stepped forward more and shaped the experience more how I wanted it, right? So that could mean, bringing my little frisbee and just starting, a frisbee session and just being in a group dynamic, but saying, I want to do this, and then initiating something. And for me, like, that's a way of, stepping more into my leadership. So that was cool. And then we had a ceremony. I recorded a separate video the day after the ceremony about my reflections. It was really powerful, and I think I got a lot of realizations and insights out of it. So maybe I just link to that video here in the description. I think I recorded it vertically. It's around 10 minutes. Maybe I post it on Instagram. Let's see. Relationship-wise, we had a few very intense moments in the last month. But also I feel like every time we process, some friction that we had or some emotional intense moment, it brings us closer together. I don't want to share too much about it because it's also Diara's story to tell. And in the last video, I think I mentioned, I talked about forming friendships, making new connections, and I feel really positive and optimistic about that at the moment. I connected to new people in the Azores. If you spend 10 days together, especially with House Manifest, which is kind of the name for those kind of experiences that my friend Steven organizes. And, we had some really deep conversations and just going on adventures together, hiking and so on. It really forms those connections. So that was super cool. Last month as well, like in April, a friend celebrated her birthday and we played laser tag, which was also so much fun. I went to table tennis the first time here in Lisbon. That was super cool. It's happening right now, but I decided not to go. But next Saturday again. That's a way to connect with people, but also just to play table tennis, which I love. I bought the scooter, which I mentioned in the last video, and now I got used to it a little bit more. It's not as fun to drive around here than in Bali or Kopangan. Well, if there's like super crazy traffic in Bali, it's also not fun. But in general, it's more chill, right? There's like scooter culture. Everyone drives around with a scooter. Here, not so much. And if we want to go somewhere, we basically have to use the highway. Even inside of the city, it's just more stressful. There's more stuff happening, people walking everywhere, cars everywhere, highway, like, faster speeds. So it took a little while to get, I would say, more comfortable and driving with more ease. Yeah, but I'm super happy that I have this extra mobility now. It feels great. Health update. So we're still on the break of our multi-month, longer than half a year probably, protocol. Yeah, and when I went to the Azores, the first few days I was, like, yeah, okay, we're on the break, so let me eat some bread, because we had like food catering there, and there was not so many super great options for breakfast on most days, because what I usually eat is protein and vegetables. But there was like yogurt with dairy and then bread, so I had a little bit of that. And then after a few days, I stopped again. It's like my body was telling me, that's not really, the best nourishing food for you. So felt good to get just back on track and regrounded in the way I want to eat. And very soon, I don't know, maybe starting on Monday, I'm not sure. It's Saturday right now. We will start with the next phase of our protocol. We have all the supplements there, and I think like diet-wise, what we can eat is not so restricted, really. But yeah, supplements again. I haven't taken any supplements in the last weeks. So yeah, that's that. Also, I mentioned social media in the last video. I had Instagram uninstalled for a while, which was great. I have it reinstalled at the moment. And it works, but I sometimes still get sucked into it. I try to unfollow everyone that I'm following. I saw this video, this guy was saying, you can just write a message basically to Instagram support and say like, hey, my mental health, I followed all of those accounts a long time ago, now I want to focus on other things. And they would remove them for you. That hasn't worked for me. And bots are always like tricky because they might flag your account, but I have like 900 people that I follow, so clicking on, anyways, I'm gonna figure it out. The reason why I installed it again is we started working with a marketing agency for our business, Collaborate Ventures, and yeah, part of that marketing service is we record videos, they edit them, and then they will post them for us on our accounts. And it makes sense to, not only post videos, which will hopefully start next week, but also have some, interaction there, posting some stories on Instagram and so on. Even though I still really want to focus on LinkedIn. So who knows, maybe I uninstall Instagram again. One thing though that just comes to my mind is, and this was an insight in the ceremony, it's a lot easier to be like black and white, right? To be, okay, I use Instagram, whatever, or I don't have it on my phone. And in very different areas of life, I see that pattern of, I can either, let's say I'm cooking something or we want to cook a meal. I can take the lead, I do it my way. I can have other people help me and be like, cut this, but I'm the chef, I'm doing it. If someone else wants to, let me do this, then it's easy for me to step back and be like, okay, then you take the lead, right? It's your responsibility, I'm out, I can help you, tell me what to do, that's it. But to co-create and constantly have to talk, communicate, negotiate, that takes a lot more energy. But it's a space I want to be in more often and more consciously, to be in this gray zone, right? Where it's like not black, not white. And with social media, what that could mean, right, is to not take the easy way out and just uninstall the app, but to constantly put energy into finding a good balance, which for me means I want to use it to create and maybe to communicate with people, but not to consume really, or at least to the smallest degree possible. Yeah, So I'm still sitting with that, deciding if that makes sense to me, that approach, specifically for social media. Yeah, we'll see. We'll find out. We've also really made progress on our business automations. So we now have a lead magnet landing page on liberated.business, and then an email sequence, and our CRM is getting moved to the software that we're using, Go High Level. So yeah, there's definitely progress happening. It's a little bit more things to do, but it feels good. We signed up 3 new clients, and they're all doing amazing. They're in week 2 or 3 now. So that's super cool. Yeah. What did I write there? Oh, probably very soon we are going to, or me more, going to use Go High Level for one of my one-on-one clients. And that's gonna be super cool because this software is so powerful, and for someone who has really nothing set up in terms of automations and email sequences and so on, that can make a huge difference. So I'm excited to explore that. And then I think the last topic is finance. So we're not quite finalized there, but we discussed, okay, how do we want to have our money flow into different accounts automatically for tax, for spending money, for our business, for investments. And then within the business itself, there's a book called Profit First. And yeah, we're gonna use this together with our kind of private finance setup ideas to, yeah, hopefully have a really solid financial setup with different accounts and percentages of money flowing to different ways. That feels really great. It's one of those things where it's a little bit of a hassle to set it up once, but then you have it for the rest of your life, and it's a game changer. Similarly to having a password database, right? So many people have the weakest, stupidest passwords because they try to remember their passwords, and then they either use the same everywhere or the same formula, and that's just the most insecure thing you can do. It's really not smart. There are amazing solutions where you don't even need to know your passwords. You have a master password for your database, and then whenever you make a new account, you just have a password that's long and random generated, and it's impossible to hack. And even if someone would get access to that password, it's only for one account, and there's no formula, no reuse of the same password. And I'm so happy that I had someone tell me about that. I don't know, when was it? 10 years ago or longer. And yeah, now it's so easy. It's so much more convenient to use. It's so much better in all aspects, and it's secure for the rest of my life. And the same with finances. Like, at some point, we really want to get it right? And that means you need to learn some new things, you need to set it up, but then you got it. And you don't just spend money and you have no idea where it goes and so on. So that's what we're working on right now, finally. And I'm excited about it. Yeah. Okay, I think that's it. I don't know if there's anything else. I'm getting more into meditation again. I want to keep the breathwork routine going, but add some more meditation to it. Yeah, I'm excited. It's weekend. We have a little bit of stuff to catch up on work because I was really on holiday for 10 days. But yeah, everything is moving forward. And the more I connect, with the bigger picture through meditation, through a ceremony, the more I also just relax and don't get into this feeling of, oh, we need to move faster. There's like some rush to get anywhere. yeah, just being grounded, more in the present moment. That feels good. All right, that is it. Thank you so much for tuning in, whoever watches this. And here's Apollo, yeah, saying hi. You're on YouTube now. All right, ciao.